If you've spent hours raking leaves, shoving them into bins, and patiently waiting for them to break down into leaf mold, you might think you're sitting on the ultimate soil booster. And don't get me wrong, leaf mold is fantastic for improving soil structure, moisture retention, and even adding some minor nutrients. But here's the truth many gardeners don't realize. Leaf mold alone isn't the real engine behind thriving, nutrient-rich soil. The true soil supercharger lies beneath your feet in a hidden invisible network of life. Mycorrhizal fungi. In this article, we're going to bust some common leaf mold misconceptions, explore why mycorrhizal networks are the real heroes of soil fertility, and give you practical ways to harness their power to supercharge your garden. For decades, gardeners have been told that creating leaf mold is a must-do for healthy soil. Leaf mold forms when fallen leaves slowly decompose into a dark, crumbly material. It's excellent for improving water retention in sandy soils and loosening clay, and it does provide some trace minerals as it decomposes. But here's the catch: leaf mold doesn't actively feed plants in the same way compost does. It's mostly carbon, which helps soil structure, but it's not a significant source of nitrogen, phosphorus, or potassium, the primary nutrients plants need. That's not to say leaf mold is useless, but it's not the powerhouse that will make your tomatoes explode or your perennials thrive. The real magic happens when your soil hosts a healthy population of mycorrhizal fungi. Without these fungal allies, your leaf mold is just fluffy brown stuff. Beautiful, yes, but not actively energizing your plants. Mycorrhizal fungi are nature's underground internet. They form symbiotic relationships with plant roots, extending far beyond what roots alone can reach. These fungi trade nutrients and water for sugars produced by the plant through photosynthesis. In simple terms, plants feed fungi, and fungi feed plants, a mutually beneficial relationship that has evolved over hundreds of millions of years. There are two main types of mycorrhizal fungi: arbuscular mycorrhizal fungi, often called AMF, which partner with most vegetables, grains, and flowers, and ectomycorrhizal fungi, which mostly associate with trees like oaks, pines, and birches. Both types dramatically expand a plant's ability to access nutrients, especially phosphorus, nitrogen, and trace minerals, far beyond the reach of their roots. This underground network also communicates stress signals between plants, helping them defend against pathogens and drought. Imagine a neighborhood watch for plants, all coordinated underground by fungi. That's the mycorrhizal network in action. If your gardening goal is to improve soil fertility and plant health, relying solely on leaf mold is like trying to power your smartphone with a single AA battery. It helps, but it won't unleash the full potential. Leaf mold improves soil structure, sure, but it doesn't directly feed plants. On the other hand, mycorrhizal networks actively make nutrients available, even in poor soils. The good news is that cultivating these fungal allies isn't complicated. Here's what I personally do in my garden to ensure a thriving mycorrhizal network. First, minimize soil disturbance. Tilling is a gardener's enemy when it comes to fungi. Turning the soil repeatedly breaks fungal hyphae, reducing their ability to form networks. Instead, adopt no-till or low-till gardening practices. Simply adding mulch and planting directly into undisturbed soil preserves these networks. Second, use organic mulches and cover crops. While leaf mold isn't a super fertilizer on its own, it provides excellent habitat for fungi. Combine it with other organic matter, like compost or grass clippings, to create a living environment for mycorrhizal fungi. Cover crops, like clover or vetch, also feed fungi through their roots, keeping the network alive year-round. In areas where soil is heavily degraded or sterile, adding a high-quality mycorrhizal inoculant can really jumpstart the fungal community. Personally, I prefer inoculants that match the plants I'm growing: arbuscular mycorrhizal fungi for vegetables and flowers, and ectomycorrhizal fungi for trees. Always, follow instructions carefully and avoid chemical fertilizers that can harm fungi. Synthetic fertilizers, herbicides, and fungicides can disrupt or even kill beneficial fungi. If you want a robust underground network, focus on organic amendments and just let nature do the work. Your plants will thank you with stronger roots, bigger yields, and improved disease resistance. The results of a thriving mycorrhizal network are subtle but profound. Here are a few ways you can see it in action. Plants establish faster and grow stronger with deeper root systems. Vegetables and flowers show more vibrant colors and higher yields. Trees and shrubs handle drought better and resist soil-borne diseases. And soil retains moisture and fertility naturally, reducing the need for frequent watering and fertilization. In my own garden, I've seen tomato plants with mycorrhizal support produce fruit weeks earlier than those without. Even hardy perennials seem more resilient during heat waves and dry spells. It's kind of like giving your plants a secret weapon that works silently beneath the surface. Here's the key takeaway: leaf mold and mycorrhizal fungi work best together. Leaf mold improves soil structure, retains moisture, and provides a slow-release carbon source that feeds the fungi. In turn, the fungi unlock nutrients and water for your plants. This combination creates a self-sustaining ecosystem that turns ordinary soil into a living supercharger for your garden. To do this effectively, sprinkle leaf mold around plant roots rather than mixing it deep into the soil. Keep the soil minimally disturbed, avoid chemical interference, and consider supplementing with inoculants if needed. Over time, you'll see healthier plants, richer soil, and, honestly, fewer problems with drought or disease. So, here are a few tips to help you get started. First, start small. You don't need to overhaul your entire garden all at once. Just introduce leaf mold and fungi to a few beds, observe the results, and expand gradually as you see fit. Next, keep records. Track growth rates, yield, and overall plant health to really see the difference these changes make. Also, layer your amendments. Use leaf mold as mulch, cover crops for winter protection, and fungi inoculants for targeted support. Oh, and avoid overwatering. Fungal networks thrive in moist, not soggy soil, so be mindful of that. And finally, be patient. Nature's supercharger works over time. A few seasons of consistent care will yield some pretty dramatic results. Leaf mold isn't the silver bullet it's often made out to be, but, it's still an essential piece of the gardening puzzle. The real game changer lies in mycorrhizal networks, those underground fungal allies that connect, feed, and protect your plants. By understanding and nurturing this hidden network, you can transform ordinary garden soil into a vibrant, self-sustaining powerhouse. Think of it as trading in your single AA battery for a fully charged, endless power source that keeps your garden thriving year after year. That's the soil supercharger your plants have been waiting for. If you found this guide useful and want more actionable insights to transform your garden, don't forget to subscribe to Soil Power and share this article with your fellow gardeners. Let's grow healthy soil and unstoppable gardens together.